Welcome, everybody, to Team Bandwagon.
Where it is okay to jump ship,
but not okay to lose.
Jump on Team Bandwagon
and never lose again. You are now listening to Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. And now for your hosts, Jamaal Brown and Nicholas Garcia. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 37.
37.
I am your host, Jamaal Brown. This is Nick Garcia.
The other host.
We are from Team Bandwagon. Actually, see, we got some merch, man. We got some cool merch. More, I guess, coming. I don't know. We're still trying to figure it out. But we do have merch on our website. If you go to the website, teambandwagon.com, hit up shop. Boom, get some merch. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Had a good week. Had a very fun week. Sad news yesterday, but all in all, pretty good week.
Yeah, yesterday, we'll talk about it, but it was a very big day in so many ways. Obviously, salute to the troops and all our vets and everybody who's ever served, but hard day, especially if you're a comic book fan.
Yeah, creative fan, a reader.
If you just appreciate art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, welcome to episode 37. It's been a busy week. We have a fun show stacked up for you. Some playoff talks for NFL, some trades, and a lot of drama. NBA is just always filled with drama.
Oh, absolutely. Just too much money, too many egos.
Yeah. So we have that coming up and some fun holiday stuff. We want you guys to jump on that holiday bandwagon.
Jingle bells.
But before we do all that, we wanted to take a second and salute the troops. We wanted to thank you guys for your service. Yesterday, everybody celebrated, well, not everybody. Well, our country celebrated Veterans Day. My kids were off of school. Kids are off of school. So, and remembrance or
in observance of Veterans Day, because it was actually on Sunday. Sunday was
really?
the 100th year anniversary of the end of World War I.
100 years?
100 years.
Oh, World War I.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not two.
That's what
everybody talks about World War II basically as a history buff because nobody knows why World War I happened.
It was the shot heard around the world, right?
Right, but still nobody understood how that turned into like 30 different countries all trying to kill each other. It's very complex and it's really ugly. Historians are still trying to break it down of why it turned into this big global thing.
Honestly, I don't think it's it's not a big smoking gun. It's just everybody's hostile and looking for opportunity to.
Well, it was a time for a lot of
get
ingenuity.
More power.
People were learning how to build tanks and use airplanes in war. Things like that had never happened before. So, anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Like I said, everybody's just waiting for. It's like at the party when somebody step on your shoes, and you're like, "Oh, let somebody else say something. Oh, it's going down." And then that's how World War I started.
And someone goes, "Hey, you have a little dirt on your shoe."
And that's it. Food fight.
Yeah. So anyway, salute to the troops. I hope you guys got some free food. A lot of places participate this time of year. Vets are able to get food
vets
or whatever.
Get hooked up.
And as they should.
Vets
as
get hooked
they absolutely
up.
should. Yeah, absolutely. A mutual friend of ours, Adrian Tapia, he called me yesterday. And what are you doing today? And he goes, I'm going to go see a movie. I'm getting coffee. I'm getting a hot lunch. And he took his girlfriend out. And I'm like, hey, man, don't tell her it's free.
Yes. Yeah. Don't tell her it's free, man. The veterans get hooked up. We live in California and at Loma Linda, they just built this beautiful multi-million-dollar man, that thing is nice. It's a hospital, veterans hospital. Take care of our troops as they come back and dealing with all kind of stuff. So I'm glad that to see it in action, because you hear so much on media backlash. Oh, we don't take care of our vets, but
yep.
You see it in action. So,
absolutely.
I wanted to salute you guys. I have a few family members in the Navy. In the Navy, I have some cousins.
The Navy. Sorry, the way you said it.
You couldn't help yourself, huh? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I have a few family members in the Navy from my mom's side, my mom's cousins, and also my mom's sister's husband, which is my uncle.
He's your uncle by marriage.
Yeah. He it's a funny story. Everybody jokes about it, but he was in the service. But my aunt always makes fun of him, saying like he was the mailman. You know, it's like he didn't do nothing but deliver the mail. It's like, hey, he did his duty.
He gave up years of his life in service to our country.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to get the mail out there.
Yeah.
So respect.
Yeah.
My grandparents met in the Air Force. And so I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the Air Force. That's the way I see it. So, and then they had 5 kids together, and then my aunt married my uncle through marriage. So he's my uncle from Ohio, the one that's a Browns fan I talk about. He served in the Air Force, and then now their son just a couple years ago got out of the Air Force. He met his wife in the Air Force.
That's what's up, man.
So.
That's cool. And then and remembering the veterans, we lost Mr. Stanley. He's 95 or 96?
95. He would have been 96 in December.
95 years old. He lived a full life.
Absolutely.
For sure. So shouts out to Stanley. He was a veteran.
Yeah, he served in World War II.
World War II after Pearl Harbor, right?
He signed up after Pearl Harbor. He didn't get drafted, and then I can't remember the name of it. I was just reading about it yesterday. But basically, he made posters for the Army, trying to help with recruitment and get people to come in. So you see the talent even coming into his military lifestyle.
Yeah. They changed his job because they found out like how
gifted he was.
How awesome of a writer he was and an artist, you know. And so he shared a picture on his Facebook, and he's on duty. You know, you see him in his uniform. But then, like, you see posters in the back, like, it's just like an art studio, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, dude, what a job, you know?
Right.
Whatever you find yourself, you're creating. So it's definitely somebody that, you know, want to follow in his footsteps, be a creator, and just do art at its highest form.
You know, he was 17 years old when he got hired at Marvel.
17?
He was 17 years old.
Wow.
They brought him in, and they were like, well, we need an editor. And he was like, well, they're desperate for people. I'll apply for the job there. Started working there, and then they saw what a good writer he was as he's editing their stuff. And they go, all right, man, you do all the writing. And he just started writing for him, and everything took off from there. And basically the way he moved up the company and became basically the owner is nobody wanted the job. Marvel was sinking and doing so poorly, they thought it was going to go out of business. So here he was, 18 years old, running this comic book company that was getting its butt kicked by DC at the time. But a lot of the credit goes to Jack Kirby, too, because nobody talks about him. But they together really turned that company around.
I think Jack Kirby did a cameo on Epic Rap Battles of History.
Really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was one with Stan Lee, and I think Jack Kirby came in.
All right.
I think it was Stan Lee versus Walt Disney.
I
think it was. No.
Who's the guy who made Muppets?
Oh, Jim Henson.
And then the Disney CEO comes in, and then he raps against him and tells them basically they both get back to work. That is my favorite Epic Rap Battles of History one.
Mine was Abraham Lincoln. When he came in, it was I think it was Obama versus Trump or Mitt
I don't
Romney.
think I've seen that one.
Yeah, and then Lincoln comes in and like just pretty much punks them.
Okay.
Like, for the people, by the people, and it's like eagle, and the big old eagle comes and takes.
I have to watch that one. I like that channel a lot, but So right now, my favorite one was the Stan Lee versus Jim Henson, just because when the Disney guy comes in and basically shows him, I'm your boss, get back to work.
Walt Disney, pretty much he owns everything.
Do you remember the graphic? And it goes back and it shows all the companies that Disney owns. It's freaking, it was ridiculous. Anyway, check it out if you have time. But speaking of YouTube, make sure you go online and subscribe to Bandwagon Nation.
Yep, we have it on a little graphic.
Like and subscribe.
Quid
Pro Pro, Mr. Powers. Yes, Squid Pro Row.
All right, so we're gonna jump into some NFL talk. Week 10 just concluded.
Yes, sir.
And we have something in common this week, Nick.
We do?
We do.
What's that?
We both call L's in our fantasy league.
Bro, but and this is a bad toot my horn. I called it, but I'm hurting. I told you going into the game against you, I was like, hey, I hate all three of my next matchups. If I don't beat you, I'm really terrified of losing two of my next three. Because I knew it was tough games coming up. I ended up losing all three. I am in trouble. I was 6-1, and I am now 6-4, and I was leading all in scoring. Remember, we just did an episode, right before the loss to you. Yeah. I scored 170 something points, and I was tearing it up, and I was way ahead of everybody in points.
Hence the word was.
Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Yes, you ate a little bit of humble pie.
I did. I totally did, and I just want to make the playoffs at this point because fantasy football, it doesn't matter who has the best record. I just got to get in.
Yeah. I played number one guy, leader today, not today, this week. And I lost by 3 freaking points, man. Thanks to the Jets defense.
Yeah, way to go, Jets.
Thank you, Jets defense. I appreciate it. I had the Rams defense, but I wasn't trusting them too much against Westbrook. I don't know.
Russell Wilson.
Wilson. But yeah, so we both caught L's this week. A lot of other teams caught L's.
I know. I don't think my next game is very easy either. I think I'm playing underdogs.
Yeah. Oh, you playing?
I think I'm playing underdogs. I'm not very happy about that.
That dude is not playing around.
So if I go on a 4-game losing streak, I'm going to be really upset because I lost Cooper Kupp this week for the year. So now I've got to make all these changes because I also picked up the 49ers defense because my Texans defense was on a bye. So now I've got to find a replacement for the 49ers defense. I'm not keeping them. I need to find a replacement for Cooper Kupp. So it's a rough week for me.
Ouch.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't feel so bad.
I know you don't.
I don't.
I know you don't.
Because
you're going to try to bump me from that playoff spot. That's why.
No. It's just, like I'm playing, the leader. I'm playing the number one team in our league who's freaking killing it. This dude's a genius. And I lost by 3 points. I'm like, I was just one mistake away from beating him, And even going into Monday Night Football, I was down like 50 points. Golden Tate didn't help me at all neither.
I think he caught 2 passes for 14 yards. Something
2
like
passes.
That.
Yeah, for like 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, he didn't help me at all. And James White didn't help at all.
Well, he got hurt, didn't he? And then
that was first play of the game.
Tennessee also pretty much contained the entire New England running game. Sony Michel didn't do anything.
James White is a freaking receiver, man. Like
pretty much, but
passes,
Tennessee
man.
did a good job with the linebackers playing underneath. I think they were trying to dare Tom Brady to throw deep, and he wasn't doing it. So,
gotcha. Can't bait the goat, right?
Right.
Julio Jones is on track. He's on track.
He's the youngest player to surpass 10,000 yards. And then this season, if he keeps at the rate that he's going, he'll break Calvin Johnson's record for the most receiving yards in a season. And he also got his second touchdown of the year.
Wow. Second one.
2 weeks in a row.
As they lose to the Browns, though.
2 weeks in a row.
The loss to the Browns overshadows all that junk.
I don't think it does for Julio. I think the Atlanta Falcons players have accepted that they're not going to the playoffs this year. Julio's trying to get them stats.
They were one game away from the Super Bowl. They were a halftime away from winning the Super Bowl, and these guys just keep losing.
I don't know what it is, man. Honestly, I have a theory that offensive coordinator is absolute crap. We saw how bad of a coach he was at USC, and yet teams are still sticking it out with him.
Terrible. Speaking of the Titans, we mentioned them. They got their W, which is cool. I want to let you gloat a little bit.
Yeah, I lost in my fantasy game, bro, but I was all cheese this weekend when I found out we smashed the Patriots. I was at church, and I didn't get to watch it. I'm really bummed that I didn't get to see it, but I was so happy to find out we beat the Patriots because I was starting all last week. I was super excited about beating the Cowboys. Great game for the Titans in that one, too. And then I'm like, okay, I'm satisfied we beat the Cowboys because – excuse me. I can never sneeze just once. Thank you. But then I'm like, well, we have the Patriots next weekend. Great. And 34-10. They absolutely destroyed them. And the Titans were able to do whatever they want out there. Corey Davis had a great game. Derrick Henry had 2 touchdowns. Dion Lewis played good. And then he totally talked crap about the Patriots after the game. It was interesting.
Somebody said he did good. I don't think he did good. He had like a few carries for a few yards.
He played well, but Henry had all their touchdowns.
Gotcha.
So he played well. He just, what did he say? He said, yeah, I'm happy they lost. That's what happens when you go cheat. Yeah.
Was this a fluke win, or is this like playoff foreshadowing?
It's hard to say. If you, I do this every year, and I'm trying to not do it. This year we were talking about it before the show. Every year they freaking get my hopes up with some kind of winning streak, and then I'm like, yeah, we are going to make the playoffs. Yeah, it is going to be a good year.
Nick.
Now, we beat the Patriots. We beat the Cowboys. I'm super excited. I'm lit up. I'm on fire. I want to believe my guys are going to go to the playoffs. I'm trying to hold my expectations to realistic ones because they are the most inconsistent team in football. I will say this. Harold Landry playing really awesome. Jarrell Casey playing really awesome. Logan Ryan playing really awesome. Our defense did its job 2 weeks in a row. Awesome job by the defense. And that's the talent that's on the Titans. They do have a lot of talent. I don't know if it's coaching or coordination, whatever it may be. And then they go out and lay an egg against some crappy team. So we have the Colts this weekend. If we can beat the Colts, that's an expected win. You should beat the Colts. But if they lay an egg against the Colts, I'm going to say, I told you, this is why I wasn't getting my hopes up. So
yeah, it's kind of hard, especially being a fan of these teams, like the Chargers. I said it going into the season, they get the wins when they're not supposed to, and when they're supposed to win, they lose.
Right.
This season has been an anomaly. Like, these guys have been kicking butt and taking names, which I'm like, about time.
Right.
But I'm still kind of jaded. Like, can we do this in the playoffs?
Because, like I was telling you, man, the only 2 losses are the two best teams with the best records in football.
Yeah. And so, I'm excited. I'm more excited about my fantasy team than anything. But I caught two L's, maybe 3 in a row? 2 in a row.
I think 2 in a row because 3 weeks ago you beat me.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me.
I appreciate it. So moving on, Le'Veon Bell's not coming back.
It's official as of today.
Yeah, he missed the deadline. I kind of assume he wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Especially like he's been chilling in Miami. He did a record. Yeah, I think what's next for him though?
They're saying he's going to sit out and tell teams, hey, I didn't play, but I'm healthy. Come on, sign me. I deserve big money.
Because he's a free agent, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, Pittsburgh has an option because he didn't honor the franchise tag. They can sign him to what's called a transition tag, to where other teams are allowed to make him offers, but they're allowed to match whatever offers the other teams make, and he has to stay with the Steelers if they match that offer. So they're saying out of spite,
they're going to do it.
They may do it and then trade him to where they want to trade him.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's cold.
they're saying right now, because the Pittsburgh has the salary cap right now, they may do it just to screw him over.
I think so, because
I wouldn't be surprised.
He screwed them over.
It was a matter of, hey, I'm not going to play, trade me.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's all good. So we have a playoff race, I guess, in a few divisions. Some divisions are pretty solid. I can't talk.
Solidified.
Yes, thank you. But a few are
and that's demonstrative in their record.
Sure, keep it rolling, bro. The first division we're gonna look at is the NFC East.
That's the North.
Oh, I could have sworn
it's right there.
I know. I looked at it too. I'm a little under the weather, guys, but I'm all right. But NFC North. These guys are fighting it out right now. You have Chicago on top, then you have the Vikings, then Green Bay, and the Lions right under them. So, Nick, you were saying you're leaning more towards Chicago Bears?
No, I think the Vikings are going to win the division. They started off the season really rough. The Bears have a half a game on them right now to win the division. So the Bears are winning the division. There's enough games, and Minnesota's turning it on at the right time. They started off the season slow, kind of like the Pats, and now they're turning it on. They're going to win that division.
I would say the Packers would say if they would have got those a few easy wins throughout the season. I know how as good as the Rams are, I think they would have won that game if they didn't fumble. And then the other game, the missed field goal. And so there's been a couple of games. So definitely Green Bay would be in charge right now. But I got to agree with you. I'm siding more with the Vikings. The Bears look good. The Bears look scary.
They do.
Going into the season, we were trashing the Bears.
We really were. We really were.
I think I actually had the Lions win in this division.
No,
Yeah.
I think we both had the Vikings winning the division.
Okay, then the Lions were going in second.
I think we both had the Lions going 8-8 or 7-9.
I had the Lions being better than what they are right now, for sure.
I think so. Yeah, I think
by
you're right.
far.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I definitely think the Vikings are going to take it.
I think so. The Bears, that's not to say they're not going to make the playoffs. Why? There's plenty of wild card spots. And good for Mitch Trubisky. I've enjoyed watching him play this year. I have not enjoyed watching Tariq Cohen because I have Jordan Howard on my fantasy team. But good for the Bears.
All right, the next division we're going to look at is the
they look familiar.
AFC South. AFC South. Right now you have Texans controlling the leaderboard. You got Titans, then the Colts, then the Jags. Jags have any
Jags are going to turn it on
life.
and win in the rest of the games of the year. I can't even say it and not laugh. You know what's funny, bro? I'm going to tip my hat to you is you had the Jags having a losing record.
I think I had them 8-8.
I know. I think it was 7-9.
7-9.
I think it was 7-9. And someone even left a comment bashing you. And
Yes.
I was like, bro, really? You have the Jags going 7-9? They were 13-3 last year.
Go and check it out. Team Bandwagon. Bandwagon Nation YouTube. Which team were we talking about?
The bandwagon-worthy Jaguars.
Jags. Check out the Jags video. It's pretty funny. It was a very creative intro, too.
Right.
I won't say creative. It was just very funny intro.
So I tip my hat to you. If they stay on this course, which it looks like they will, they're going to have a crappy record and have to deal with another draft pick. So, no, the Jags are out of it. The Colts have been out of it since week 1. It's really between the Texans and the Titans. And I'm going to try to not be a homer just for the sake of not jinxing the Titans. I'm going to say the Texans are going to win this division.
I could have sworn I thought you were going to say the Titans.
Did
you change positions in 30 minutes?
No, I told you when you asked me. I said the Texans are going to win. You said, I'm leaning more toward the Titans. And I appreciate that. I want my Titans to win. But what happened last year is the main reason why I'm saying the Texans are going to win the division. The Texans were dominating the division last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deshaun Watson got hurt. Titans came out and pulled out and won. Well, Titans got a wild card. The Jaguars won the division. Titans got a wild card. Titans don't get that wild card if Deshaun Watson's healthy. Plus, we stole it from the Chargers. But if Deshaun Watson stays healthy, the Texans win this division. The only way the Titans beat them is if they play all season like they did against the Patriots, or Deshaun Watson gets hurt.
I'm gonna lean more towards the Titans.
I appreciate that.
I just don't trust the Texans fully. Maybe this is their year. Maybe this is who they are. But until I see it, I'm gonna lean more towards the Titans because they turned it on against the Patriots. They turned it on against a few other teams.
Mm-hmm.
So their defense is solid. Their defense is solid. If Mariota can play his role, put some points up, run a scrimmage, run a couple of yards, I think they got it.
I hope you're right. I will leave it at that.
Just Deshaun Watson. I like him. I'm definitely on that dude's bandwagon. I just think he throws too many interceptions for me.
Well, and he's almost running too much. He doesn't know how to slide. He doesn't run out of bounds, and so he's taking these hard hits. And that's where I say there's a decent chance of him getting hurt again this year.
Gotcha. The next division we're going to look at is the NFC East. Now, this is all jacked up.
Is this the Bruce Winless division?
This division is jacked. Yeah. Okay.
Shout out to Eric.
Washington.
Repeat champs, right, Eric?
Washington Redskins are at the top with like 6 games.
6-3.
6-3. And then is it Cowboys?
Cowboys are 4-5, and the Eagles are 4-5.
Oh my gosh. And
then the Giants are what, 1-7 or 1-8?
No, 2. They won.
They won last night, so they're 2-7.
2-7. So it's safe to say New York's not going anywhere. Can the Eagles pull up their bootstraps and get out of this junk?
Hard to say. They do not look good.
Honestly, the NFC East, Washington deserves to win.
They do. They really do. But you want to talk about inconsistency. The Redskins are very inconsistent as well.
Yeah.
They come in and they beat a team like the Panthers, but then they get whooped on by the Falcons, and they just lose games that they shouldn't lose. The Eagles, the thing that trips me out is how easy it is to throw against them. They still have a great run D. I think they're one of the top teams in run defense this year as well, but it's so easy to throw the ball against them.
I'm kind of looking at the Eagles like, put in Nick Foles. Even though how much I hate that guy. Man, I don't know, dude. Like, they're not looking good at all.
I think the loss of Jay Ajayi really hurt them, too. They haven't been able to run the ball very well this year. It's not opening up their offense. Wentz doesn't look like he has a lot of time to throw. It's not like the pocket's falling apart, but it doesn't just seem to be this well-oiled machine like it was last year.
Yeah.
And repeating in football is probably the hardest thing to do in sports, so I'm not overly knocking them, but they're sure not going to repeat.
For sure, not going to repeat.
So I'd say Redskins in this division.
I'd say Redskins as well. As much as I enjoy watching the Cowboys, because I love watching the Cowboys.
Right.
They're not going anywhere.
Hey, credit though. Did you see Zeke hurdle over that dude yesterday?
No, I didn't.
There was a crazy play. If you guys haven't seen it out, check it out. Whatever, NFL.com, YouTube.
Was it like
the guy kind of makes a tackle at him? No, and he hurdles over the guy, like clear over him, and would have had a touchdown, but he kind of tripped over his own feet.
Oh, yes, I seen that.
That was an awesome play. Zeke is
that.
super athletic.
That was dope. It was dope. He just had trouble keeping his feet under him.
Yeah.
Looked like Bambi out there on ice. He was like,
so he went from Superman to baby Bambi.
See how life can change, kids.
Yeah, Redskins win this division. Cowboys will not make the playoffs. Jason Garrett gets fired the minute the last game is over. And
I don't know, man. I don't know. Jerry Jones seems like that dude's gonna have a job forever.
I think he knows it's time.
I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
And then he's gonna hire Vance Joseph.
Oh my gosh. This is Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to play a commercial from one of our sponsors, The Creative Extreme. And it was funny because I was making a connection between The Creative Extreme and the loss of Stan Lee. And The Creative Extreme, they're going to explain everything that they do, but pretty much they create universes, you know. And so I just thought it was cool, you know. Was it 60, 70 years later, you know, we're still enjoying Stan Lee's creations.
Yep.
And so the Creative Extreme just barely a few years off the pages, barely been doing things. So they're just getting started. So it's going to be pretty cool to see some interesting creative arts coming down the line as far as like TV shows, movies and stuff.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun stuff.
Good stuff.
So this is Team Bandwagon Never Lose Again podcast. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, my name is Stefan Thomas, and I'm one of the co-creators of The Creative Extreme. The Creative Extreme is an entertainment company that produces all kinds of fun fictional content. We have created over 600 incredible characters and a multitude of stories starring these wonderful heroes and villains. If you take a look at our page, you'll see dozens of character images as well as panels from our digital comic strips. We're also producing videos and podcasts about our characters and stories. Additionally, we are working on content for animated shows, live action shows, novels, screenplays, and much, much more. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the cool t-shirts and apparel designs we've created with our characters. It truly is a fun, exciting thing we do here at The Creative Extreme. While we dream of having some huge company or angel investor infuse us with all the money we'd ever need to make all the amazing content for our readers and customers we could possibly imagine, we have decided not to sit and wait for said infusion. Instead, beginning in 2016, we have used our own resources to set our content creation in motion. The writing part is easy, as me and my writing partner Chris have ideas and stories for days. However, our artistic skills in other areas are not very refined at all. Because of that, we've conscripted and built a network of nearly 30 artists, graphic designers, musicians, editors, voice actors, audiovisual people, and more to bring our stories and characters to life. All of these amazing individuals work on commission and retainer, as we believe in paying people for their work. Up until this point, our day jobs, along with a small bit of merchandise sales, have allowed us to do what we do. But if we're gonna take the Creative Extreme to the next level of creativity, including more art, more comic strips, more sweet apparel, short films, and more, we're gonna need your help. Please consider becoming a monthly supporter of the Creative Extreme. Any amount would be incredibly helpful as we aim to create more and more content for you to read, watch, look at, listen to, wear, and experience. Remember, when you give to the Creative Extreme, you're also supporting a number of creative individuals who all have the same goal of entertaining and inspiring others. This is an amazing endeavor, if we do say so ourselves. If you need a little more motivation, check out our rewards page. We have t-shirts, hoodies, posters, and more for those who jump on board and give us a little extra fuel for our ascent. Thanks for taking some time to learn a little bit more about us. This is the Creative Extreme, where imagination without limitation is the only expectation.
Welcome back to episode 37, the Creative Extreme. Creative Extreme.
The Creative Extreme sponsored show of Team Bandwagon.
I forgot what show I was on. The Never Lose Again podcast, episode 37. Real quick, if you guys are listening on the podcast, make sure you guys go check us out. Check out the video. We got a video up right. Well, this audio is from the video on YouTube under Bandwagon Nation. And if you're watching on YouTube, welcome everybody. Please make sure you guys comment. Let us know below. What do you guys think? We had a few discussion points. NFL, AFC South, NFC North, NFC East. Those leaders. Let us know who do you guys think is going to be coming out of those divisions. Right now we're getting ready to get into some NBA talk, but at the same time, let us know because we're getting ready to talk about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's your father, and his arrival to the 76ers to Philadelphia. Does that make them an automatic number one contender?
I don't think it makes them
in
automatic.
the East?
No, I don't think it's automatic. I think the East is actually competitive now with no LeBron. I still think the Celtics turn this ship around and end up super competitive. Philly's going to be competitive. We all know that. They've had their woes to start the year too, but now Jimmy Butler makes him that much better. And then Toronto, of course, is just playing awesome. And then the team nobody respects is Milwaukee. So the East actually looks pretty competitive.
I've been talking about Milwaukee since last year.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the first time I'm hearing about it, but okay.
Okay.
I'm sure you were talking about it to everybody else except your co-host that talks about sports.
Right. And everybody was like, hey, you got a good point.
They're like, you should have a podcast.
And I'm like, I'm never giving Nick any more of my pearls, throwing him to swine over here. Trampling on my hopes and dreams.
That's cool. You just called me a pig.
It's a metaphor, bro.
I know it is.
Yeah, so you're good.
That's not nice.
If it's a metaphor, then you're not a pig.
It's not nice. But you're telling me I don't appreciate the finer things.
Yeah.
I don't see a good thing when it's in front of me.
Milwaukee, yeah, you don't see it. You're still trashing on them.
I think Giannis is good.
Yeah, so the East. I think they're good. I don't think they'll be as dangerous because pretty much if you look at it, to me, Ben Simmons and Jimmy Butler are the same players, pretty much.
Jimmy Butler is called Jimmy Buckets for a reason.
Okay. As far as production on the floor, jumpers, well, not jumpers, but can get to the basket, can score. Pretty much. Jimmy Butler can't shoot threes that well.
Better than Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but that's why I said they're essentially the same player. Besides, Jimmy just has a higher 3-point average.
Okay.
But looking at that, unless Jimmy starts shooting more threes or Ben discovers a jump shot, they have no shot.
Jimmy's a decent 3-point shooter. Ben Simmons is more of a playmaker on offense. He's played point guard for him how many times now? And I think he's overall a better rebounder. I think the element you also get with Jimmy, and one of the things people don't talk about, is he's a really good defender. He's a very good defensive player. So the only way I see this ended up being bad is Jimmy has not gotten along with his teammates or his coach for a couple of teams now. And that worries me. I want to see him succeed, especially if you know his backstory. I want to see him succeed. I just feel like his ego's starting to get to his head a little bit. I want to see him do well, but it's going to take him getting along with his teammates and his coaches.
I agree. I totally heard everything you said.
I hope so.
Yeah. So that's how I see it. As far as those two players coming in, they're kind of like interchangeable, kind of to me. So, but yeah, and then you have JJ Redick still, right? Shooting threes, or he's gone.
Is he still in Philly?
I thought last time I checked.
I don't think he stayed in Philly.
We need some. Hey guys, if you guys looking to be an intern,
that's exactly what we need.
We need some fact checkers. We need some people feeding us.
Oh, he is. He's still
numbers.
In Philly. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought he left.
See, you got me doubting myself.
I am sorry. I am wrong. Okay.
I accept your apology.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
All right. moving on to Melo. Melo is so this word on the street. Is this legit?
He has not gotten cut yet, but he's not shown up for the team for like 3 days now. Supposedly the Rockets told him to not bother showing up to practice, that they're ready to move on from him. So he's not supposed to be a Rocket much longer.
How bad of a person do you have to be? Just I don't know. My feelings, my emotions about Melo. So I'm gonna just keep those in check right now. What's next for him?
I don't know. Hopefully not the Lakers.
What if it is the Lakers?
That's the talk. That's the talk of the town. Here's what I hope happens, because supposedly Kawhi Leonard has moved the Clippers up his list of teams that he wants to play for. So I hope Melo goes, and I hope the whole thing explodes.
A Trojan horse. Just sit him in there.
I hope Melo goes and the whole thing just falls apart.
Nah, Jerry West, the logo ain't gonna let that happen. He sees that coming.
I think you're right. Then again, everything he touches turns to gold. Maybe he'll bring in Melo, and Melo will look like Denver Melo.
No, man. Hoodie Melo. Unless they can give him a hoodie and let him play in a hoodie. Because that's the only threat he is.
Hoodie Melo.
Hoodie Melo. A.K.A. Practice Melo.
Okay, here's a total wild fan theory.
Uh-oh.
Him and Lala did not get divorced, right? They came close, but supposedly they worked it out, right?
We are touching areas I do not want to touch it.
So, do you think him moving away from New York is what's been hard on him?
I think him getting old has been what's hard on him.
But a lot of guys his age are able to continue to still play at an elite level. LeBron's a great example.
You got LeBron. That's the only one left from that draft, pretty much.
Wade.
And Wade.
Which Wade's not playing at an all-star level, but he's playing better than Melo. Melo's shooting 40% from the field.
Because Wade knows his role. Melo does not. Melo thinks he's number one option.
True.
And he's not. Melo knows. Wade knows. Wade is like, all right, I'm 3, number 2 at best. I'll let somebody else take the shot,
I think he figured it out when he got traded to Cleveland, and then it did nothing.
Well, I think he figured out in Chicago too, where
he was mad that Chicago wasn't giving him more time and more minutes, and he was getting irritated with them. So he wanted to go to Cleveland and try to bring the LeBron and Wade show back, and when it didn't happen, I think that was a big eye-opener for him.
Well, even, too, with the Heat, when LeBron came and he gave the team over to LeBron,
True.
So, yeah, I think, people can see the writing on the wall and can kind of, get in their lane and play their role. But Melo, as you can see, is not playing his role. The Rockets is getting rid of him because they're like, dude, you giving us crap for coming off the bench and you're going to play like this,
I guess there's just guys in the league. Supposedly that was Tracy McGrady's problem, is all the talent in the world, but they said guys on average, if you want to stay in the league, they work out about 10,000 hours a year. And McGrady wasn't willing to put in the work. And maybe it's the same problem with Melo.
Yeah, I think so.
Just there's no work ethic.
I think so. But he loves getting paid, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I tell you that much. Speaking of the Lakers are on a freaking winning streak. Baby.
Right? Whoa.
A winning streak.
Who would have thought Tyson Chandler would have been the answer?
Tyson Chandler is
your father.
That dude's somebody's father. Dude.
Right?
You see the way he's...
Bro, that block the other night got me so excited. I've not been excited for the Lakers in a long time.
Yeah.
That block got me more excited than the day we found out LeBron was coming.
Really?
Yes, because, there's a broader picture. Of course, LeBron was a better news story.
Yeah.
But, man, it felt good to get hyped. To make a game-winning play was just awesome. And you see the whole team jump up and hug him. And even JaVale McGee, who you would think would be like, why wasn't I out there, goes up to him first and gives him a high five and a hug, man. So that was cool.
I was excited. I watched the game the day before Sacramento Kings, and that was a yawn fest.
When LeBron tried to kick the ball.
I didn't even watch the rest of the game. I
He
watched
got
after
bashed
halftime
because I think they were already up by a lot, And there was a play where De'Aaron Fox was making a pass, and LeBron, instead of defending the pass, kind of just stuck his foot out.
Well, that's what basketball players do, though.
But it was super lazy because it was on a fast break play, and he kind of just stuck his foot out and missed it completely. And
Yeah. That's what you do. You get a kickball, reset the play. Let's get it going again. But I watched that game. But I was really watching Tyson Chandler.
Tyson Chandler's been awesome.
That dude came off the bench and within like 2 minutes had 6 rebounds. I was like, all right, this dude's legit.
Yeah, he's strong as heck. A lot of people don't realize that. He did not end up being the superstar that everybody thought he was going to be out of high school.
Yeah. But
he is strong, man. He is a bull. So I'm very excited that he's there.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for our bad boy crew. We have a bad boy crew, man.
I was saying that was our big weakness is JaVale McGee comes in and they're talking about Defensive Player of the Year, how well he's playing. But he can only play so many minutes. He's 7'1" and is like 270 pounds. That's a lot on your body.
Yeah.
And so then when he comes out, we have no defensive presence in the paint. So the Lakers knew that was a void they had to fill. So thank you, Phoenix, for buying out Tyson Chandler and letting him come to L.A.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
All day.
Supposedly, LeBron called James Jones and called in a favor.
James Jones.
James Jones, I think, is the GM or assistant GM for the Suns.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the one that LeBron's never won a championship without.
Right? He's like, hey, you owe me.
I got you. What is it?
3.
4 rings?
3 rings. Wait. He got 2 with Miami.
2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland. So he's got 3. Okay. Good.
Dang.
He's still 2 away from Kobe.
That's terrible. That's really bad for LeBron.
It's kind of telling.
I'm sorry. Golden State Warriors.
The Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors. This is bananas, guys.
There's trouble in paradise.
Yes, there's trouble in paradise. But there's trouble in the front office, too, because somebody had the bright idea to say, hey, let's sell tickets, but not to the game. And so what they're doing, they're giving people a monthly subscription, $100 a month, to come and hang out when there's home games, like at the bar area, and I think that was and it's some restaurant, just to get into the building. But that doesn't include a seat to watch the game.
Yeah, you can't even see the court floor. So I know that the Cowboys did this when they opened their new stadium because my brother-in-law went. He's a big Cowboys fan. You can buy a pass to get into the stadium. You just don't get a seat. But they let you hang out to where you can see the game.
Isn't there like a party area or something like
There's
that?
a party area. You're also allowed to walk around the stadium. I've never been to Cowboy Stadium, but I assume it's maybe like how it is at Angel Stadium. When you're going to get a beer or a hot dog or whatever, you can still see the game from there. So I guess that's what the Cowboys pass is. You can hang out anywhere you want and still see the game. But I don't know if you guys have ever been to a basketball game, anywhere. It's all just hallways and it's all closed off. And then you can walk through a hall to get to your seats. Well, there's ushers and security guard there.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing if you have one of these passes, they're going to say, no, that means you can hang out over there. You cannot come in here.
Yeah. Would you be buying one of those passes?
Heck no. No, that is ridiculous. I didn't see it in the article you sent me. Why is there no incentives? You don't get free parking. You don't maybe get a voucher to eat at a restaurant once a month. Something?
Yeah, I think like if you're the first like 1,000th person in the stadium, you get like their souvenir on souvenir nights. But other than that, nah, man.
That's ridiculous, man. $100 a month is like a used car payment.
I guess they're just pushing the envelope to see how far people will go.
Well, they got to pay for all these contracts. KD, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, and then whoever is on the bench. And then Steve Kerr, whatever he's making over there.
Yeah. It's bananas. It's
That's
bizarre.
Crazy.
It's
and
really bizarre.
I hope it doesn't take off because Laker tickets are already expensive enough.
I remember when we acquired Dwight Howard and all those guys, that tickets went up.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Any chance they get. But when they suck, the tickets sure don't go down.
Nope, they don't. They're like, oh, it's like gas prices, It's like, oh, gas prices are going up.
Oh,
but
this
they
is
don't
the
go
new
down.
standard. This is normal.
It's like, wait a minute, what happened? All right, real quick, we're just gonna talk about the division rankings, I guess.
Yeah.
Looking at it to see if play. Well, I really want to focus on the East right now.
Okay.
Because I know we touched on it about the Sixers.
Golden State's coming out of the West.
Pretty much. I know we touched on it about the Sixers acquiring Jimmy Butler, but top 5 teams in the East.
I would still rank Toronto number 1.
Toronto?
Yeah.
The same team I've been telling you that's been number 1?
I don't think it's going to last. But right now, if I were ranking them today,
I thought you were on like the Celtics bandwagon.
They're not playing well. They're going to right this ship. They're going to be a good basketball team. And they're still my favorite to come out of the East. I still think they're going to come out of the East.
I love it. Okay. But can I say I was the first one to say like Toronto?
I even wrote in my article that they're probably going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That doesn't make them number 1, though. You've been putting Celtics number 1 like since the season started.
And they're still probably going to win the East.
But right now, you're
That's
not.
what I'm saying. Yeah, today is one thing. It's a marathon, bro. It's a marathon.
I'm just saying, can I get credit for saying the Raptors?
For what everybody else was saying?
No. Because I was telling you, bro, Kawhi Leonard, like, these guys look good. They're going to be number 1 coming out of East. And you're like, no, Boston still got some, blah, 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 blah.
Bro, it's November. The playoffs start in March or April or whatever the heck it is.
I just want credit. That's it, man. That's it. I'm not.
Okay, congratulations. You shared your lotto numbers with a million other people.
Oh, my gosh. You suck.
Hey, I gave you credit about the Jaguars.
Oh,
I gave props to your Chargers. I give credit where credit's
enough?
due.
I have a credit
I
quota.
give credit where credit's due.
Nick said I have a credit quota. He said after
I
so
give
many
credit
credits.
where credit's due, but everybody knew Toronto was going to be good this year.
Yes, but I've been saying it since
they got Kawhi Leonard.
Since they got Kawhi.
But everybody knew at that point.
No, but you.
I did not say they were going to
circles.
suck.
We're going in circles.
Did I say they were going to suck?
No.
Did I say they weren't going to make the playoffs?
You were saying you were concerned about Kawhi not playing and this and that and this, but you still have Boston on top of those guys.
And
That's
I
all
still
I'm saying.
think they're going to be on top of them. It's just not happening today.
All right. So who's
Tell you what, quarter way through the season, you're right. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
There's your quarter right.
Go ahead and name your top 5, man.
Toronto, Milwaukee.
Above Boston? Dude, I thought you were like all
This
above.
again. This is today.
Today, Junior.
Today, Junior.
All right.
What is Boston ranked right now?
Boston is 6th.
Behind the Hornets and the Pacers. That's not going to last.
It's for sure not going to last.
Okay. No, the Pacers. No. So I've with that, I'm going to say what did I say? Toronto, Milwaukee. I'm going to say Boston, and then I'm going to say Philly, and then I'm going to go ahead and say Indiana. I do think Indiana is a decent team.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. For the record. All right. I should have went first. This dude. I'm going to say Boston. This guy just took my list.
So you believe Boston's better than Toronto, and you're over here giving me grave.
Did I say Boston? I meant to say Toronto. Toronto, Milwaukee. This dude just took my list, bro.
So we're on the same track.
This dude straight up jacked my list. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do the Raptors.
He's gonna change it just to spite.
I'm gonna do the Raptors. I'm gonna do Boston at number 2.
Wow.
Boston at number 2.
So you don't believe in Milwaukee?
I'm gonna do the Sixers at number 3, Milwaukee at number 4, and to round it off, I'm gonna do the Wizards at number 5.
What in the heck is wrong with you? The Wizards are what, 4-9?
Now, today. Isn't that what you just said? Today.
Bro. And you said I stole your list. That's the wackiest list I've ever heard.
I had to switch it up, bro.
No, you
I had to
didn't.
call
You
it
can
audible.
still stick with your
I just
guns.
called. No, I
Stick to
can't,
your
man.
guns.
I can't jump on your bandwagon. I'm trying to get people to jump on my bandwagon, bro. I had to call the audible and switch it up. No, I really
You're starting to sound like Skip Bayless now. You are looking for reasons to argue with me.
Bro, those is fighting words. Don't you ever call me the SB word ever again, all right?
Why are you looking for reasons to argue with me? Why can't we just agree?
I'm
all
pissed
just get
because
along?
you stole the Raptors and then didn't even give me credit. That's jacked up, bro. All right, so
All right, give me a real top five if I give you credit.
From there, we got beef.
If I give you your credit, will you give me your real top five?
No. Legit. I think the Wizards do got a chance. I think they just got to figure out
Steph's
a few bucks.
going to hit you the next time he sees you.
Why?
Because Dwight Howard's on that team.
Oh, see, I forgot about Dwight Howard. But yeah, I think those guys are gonna turn it around.
Okay.
To get in that fifth spot, better than the Pacers. The Pacers is such a disappointment. You know, like
how do you figure?
Because they always do good, and then they were always the favorite to beat freaking LeBron, and then came up short every time.
They should have did it last year.
So yeah, and they were up what 2-2.
It went 7.
They were up 3-1 too, right?
I don't think so. I think they were up 2-1.
No, it was okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
You could be right.
That's why we need some interns to fact check to pull it up.
I have a whole board right here just with all these stats.
That's my legit top 5 though.
I don't believe you.
I got Raptors, Boston, Sixers, Milwaukee, Wizards. Coming out.
I don't think that's your real top 5.
That's my top 5,
I think
bro.
you're lying.
Why would I?
You.
Why would I lie?
I don't believe you.
Why would I lie? Why would I put something out that I don't believe in?
I don't know, man. I think you just like arguing.
That's my legit
I do
top.
think, I will agree with you. I think Washington makes the playoffs.
Yeah.
I do think they right this ship, and I think they make the playoffs, but I can't put them on my top 5.
There's only so many teams in the East, and I'm not going to put the Pacers. Heck no. I'm not going to put the Hornets in my top 5. The Pistons. Psh.
Kimba looks good this year.
The Heat, no. There's nobody else. The Cavs are going to turn it around. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Tristan Thompson, the East has to come through us.
If I was trolling you, I would have put the Cavs in my top 5, bro. Trust me.
Okay. All right.
West
Okay.
Coast.
You want me to go first again?
You want me to go first?
Why don't you go first this time so I
Oh
don't
my
get accused of anything?
Oh, my gosh. All right. Here we go. We have the Warriors at number 1. I'm going to put not the Heat.
You can't even say it.
I was going to say the Rockets at number 2. All right, so Warriors 1.
Oh, you see, you
Rockets.
do think the Rockets going to turn it around.
Rockets are number 2. I'm going to put. Oh, this is tougher than the East. Number 3. Oh my goodness. Number 3, I'm gonna put the Nuggets. I'll put the Nuggets at number 3.
Even though they're on a 3-game losing streak?
They got, what is it? The Spider dude. Spider, isn't that who you?
No, that's Donovan Mitchell. He plays for the Jazz.
Oh, then the Jazz, not the Nuggets. Forget the Jazz. Forget the Nuggets. All right, so Warriors, Rockets, Jazz. Oh my gosh.
I know what you want to say.
Yes, I do. And I'm gonna say it today on paper. On paper, I'm gonna give it to the Blazers and then the Lakers.
Okay.
That's my top 5. I have Warriors, Rockets, Jazz, Blazers, Lakers.
Okay.
What's your top 5?
Warriors.
Warriors.
The Warriors are obviously number 1. I'm definitely going to give Portland number 2. You know how I feel about Portland.
I know how you feel about Dame.
You know how I feel about Portland.
I know how you feel about Dame.
Yeah, and he is Portland. They're the Portland Damian Lillards right now, okay? Portland's number 2 for me right now. And as much as it pains me to say it, the Clippers are number 3. I'm going to give Clippers number 3. And then I'm going to give Rockets and then Nuggets.
Weird. Okay, now that's freaking Skip
The
Bayless.
Clippers have a good record, and they just beat the Warriors.
Oh, my gosh. Because freaking Draymond forgot to pass. They know how to pass
But
the ball.
they were in the game, right?
Clippers definitely have the firepower, but I don't know, man. It's just a tire fire waiting to happen.
I agree, but right now they're playing good basketball. I have to give credit where credit's due.
I
know. I hate them.
Yeah. I hate them. So that's our top 5s. Let us know your top 5s, guys. That was really hard for me, especially in the Western Conference. East is a piece of cake. Somebody didn't believe me, but somebody stole my ideas and then want to discredit me. Isn't that how it works? That's how it works. Huh?
Call me Bill Gates.
Steal your ideas and then discredit you.
Call me Bill Gates, Mr. Jobs.
And then but yeah, guys, let us know down below. What do you guys think your top 5 East and West Coast NBA teams are? We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll round out the show.
Sounds good.
With 2 in trouble, forced out, and in! Unbelievable!
Get the latest info on Never Lose Again podcast, Bandwagon Nation, and much more by following us on Twitter at Never Lose Again, where the E's are 3s. Jump on Team Bandwagon. Never lose again. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all nations,
And all ages.
when you get a chance, we want you guys to check out a freaking sick article Stephon Thomas wrote. He's part of the Bandwagon Nation crew. He wrote an article about jumping on the Yuletide bandwagon, jumping on Christmas bandwagon before Thanksgiving, And you have all these people out here doing all these threats on social media. But everybody's on the bandwagon. I'm not sure if you went anywhere at all, but I went into Walmart and I was like, yes, Walmart's on the bandwagon. My question is, are they going to, how far will the holiday bandwagon go? Will it go before Halloween? Do you think so?
I think so.
You think so?
I think we're a couple of years away, if not sooner. I think we're there.
But Halloween is such a, I guess, celebrated. I wouldn't say holiday, but
I don't feel that it's as celebrated as it used to be. I think that people who do celebrate it do go more all out because we have really cool technology and we can put jumping out skeletons and whatever yada yada lights and stuff. But I feel like as a culture, an American culture, I do feel like it has died out for how much it used to be. People want to do more haunted houses. I don't feel that that's lasting as much as it used to.
The Halloween season, I gotta check my facts, but that's like $1 billion industry. That thing turns money.
If you don't count candy, because everybody goes out and gets candy.
Yeah. It's
I'm
the
talking
costumes,
about
it's the characters. It's.
But I don't feel that when I was growing up, and we're the same age, so tell me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'm just not hanging out with the same people. I felt like everybody was doing Not Scary Farm. Everybody was doing haunted houses. Everybody wanted to be scared this time of year, or that time of year, because we're past it. And I don't feel that that's the culture anymore. I think it still exists, but I don't think that's the majority of our culture anymore.
I don't know. I'm different. So everybody's going that way. I go this way.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's because you and I are a little older now. We have kids, and we don't want them involved in those things. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. But I personally feel that the culture is swaying more towards let's just get our candy and go home. The kids look cute.
I agree. Definitely.
Which is still a moneymaker for the industry.
Yeah.
But so they don't care.
You have these costume shops that just open up just strictly for October.
And they make a ton of money.
And they make a killing.
And that's why I'm not arguing with you. I think as far as making money on costumes and candy, it's big. But I just feel like the overall culture of it isn't as explosive as it used to be.
I got you.
But Christmas, man, it's a moneymaker. It's fun. It's huge. It's big. I totally agree with Steph. Enjoy the season. Doesn't matter when you start. I don't care. Just enjoy yourself and understand. And here's why I agree with kind of extending it out. Obviously not before Halloween. I think that's going a little far. But I agree with enjoying as much of it as you can, because nowadays you're looking at, us as married guys, you got to spend time with the in-laws, the wife's family. You got to spend time with your family. You got to go take the kids to go see Santa. You go on do the mission in lights or whatever. There's a lot of things to do, and you want to do all of it. So enjoy it.
Yeah, I definitely, I'm on the holiday bandwagon.
Me too.
Christmas bandwagon before Thanksgiving. I'm still gonna enjoy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Thanksgiving has fun memories, special times. But at the same time, I'm still excited about Christmas.
Absolutely.
I'm still excited about the Christmas movies. I'm not a big fan of eggnog, but
I love eggnog.
Just decorating. I probably won't decorate before Thanksgiving. Probably like the day after.
Okay.
Day after, I'll decorate. But shout out to you guys for decorating beforehand. Shout out to you guys decorating before Halloween. But we want to encourage you guys, check out the article. It's a really great article. It's funny. You'll laugh your pants off.
It was really good.
It's really good.
Shout out to Steph.
Shout out to Steph. Shout out to the Creative Extreme. Shout out to Stanley and his family. You guys stay blessed.
Condolences and love.
Yep.
Definitely.
And is that about it?
I think that's about it, buddy.
Yeah. It's time to land
Good show
this ship.
today. Yes. Bring it down for a landing.
Thank you guys for watching, listening to our episode 37, Never Lose Again podcast. We have some fun stuff in store for Christmas special. We'll do like some Christmas. I think last year we did the sports movies, right?
Movies.
I think this year we'll do like the greatest Christmas movies.
Major Pain is not a sports movie.
There you go, discrediting me again, man. You're trying to keep me down, bro. Trying to keep my ideals down. Look at you, bro.
We got some fun stuff coming up.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Some special guests. Johnny Swole, we'll have him pretty soon. Come in and talk about his competition. And he has a competition coming up in the next couple weeks, right before Thanksgiving. And so have him back. Hopefully talk about some hockey, talk about some MLS playoff, and then we got playoffs coming for NFL, and then Christmas games and stuff. So should be fun. Should be fun stuff. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Team Bandwagon. I am Jamaal. That's Nick Garcia. And we appreciate it as always, guys. This is Team Bandwagon.
Where it is okay to jump ship,
but not okay to lose.
Jump on Team Bandwagon.
And never lose again.